promised, we are back with Shannon. We are doing a part 2 of her healing journey. So, thank you, Shannon, for agreeing to do this again. So, do you want to ask her the first question?
Okay, so I just want to know, what was your support structure like right after the accident?
The support structure right after the accident was basically my mom and my late gran. She gave me a lot of spiritual support that I needed. My church, my pastors, and I had a dance group, a spiritual dancing group that I belonged to, Passionately Pumped.
Yes.
And they were amazing.
Yeah.
Stood by me. Honestly, they did. And that's like just after the accident. And obviously my friend that I spoke about in the previous video, him that was there every day and stuff. And eventually I met my significant other. My boo.
Yes, your chocolate.
And I couldn't understand why he wanted me though, because I was like, my guy, I am broken.
Yeah.
I don't look good no more, because honestly in this state you gain weight like crazy, guys. I was not a chubby person, so because I can't move as much anymore, I gained weight like crazy. So and I was like, first of all, I don't look the same anymore, and now you want me. I mean, this is a strong black man, there's so mysterious. And he was young, and he was lecturing at the time, and I was just like, you have things together for yourself, why me?
Yeah.
And he just chose me. And when I say he walked with me, I mean, I told him being with me is not going to be easy. Let's be honest, because with the physical limitations, there's a lot of emotional things that happen. With the PTSD, I was diagnosed with PTSD, severe anxiety, and things like that. And as much as you are spiritual and you hold on to God, those things creep up on you. You have triggers that it just is what it is, And him being around me all the time, he was the one that was around me whenever a trigger flared up. And and another support that I had was my friend, I don't know if I can mention the names, but a couple, a married couple, the wife worked with me. She was the one that was the first on the scene. They were a major support structure, and my best friend. I mean, maybe she said she was my best friend before, but she's not
your best friend.
But Marian, I'll say her name. She don't have a choice. I'll just say her name.
Yes.
Marian.
Yes.
And she's in Brazil at the moment. But let me tell you, that child is in Brazil. She contacts me multiple times. Like, what are you doing? Did you eat? Did you drink? Just to make sure that I'm fine, and to make sure that doesn't matter if she's thousands of miles away, she's here. Major support structure. But yeah, my main support structure now is God. Because he taught me how to lean on him. It's still difficult. Because you don't. Sometimes the personality walks in front of you. You need to tap in and let spirit walk first, so it can guide you. So yeah.
So when you said that you were diagnosed with
PTSD.
yes. What are the like the emotions, and what are the, how do I put it? Like, what did you do? Like, what hole or room did you go into when
You know how?
Yes.
So basically, what happens with PTSD is, it's not like normal depression. I have my normal depression spell, obviously.
Yeah.
But with PTSD, it's different. And it's more scarier because you don't see it coming. So PTSD works with triggers. I noticed that you'll be fine, and sometimes you don't even know what the trigger is.
Yeah.
The subconscious knows what the trigger is, but your conscious mind doesn't know what just happened. Yeah. So I can make an example. For instance, one day a friend of mine at varsity, we were walking down the corridor, and I tried to go back to varsity, and get a head correction after the accident and everything. But oh no, it couldn't happen. Because physically I just wasn't able to keep up. And I was walking down the corridor and I don't know what happened. And you just stop dead in your tracks and it's like the world is closing in on you. When I say the world is closing in on you, there's not enough air, there's not enough space. You can see the space, but something in you, and you don't know how to get out of it. And you're very conscious all the time. You're conscious all the time. Also, another thing that happens is you have a lot of flashing images, randomly.
Of the incident or
of the incident, of past traumas. It's not just this trauma. It's every trauma that ever happened to you comes. Like, and it's magnified in your mind. And the emotion comes back to the exact feeling you had of when it happened. It comes back. But it's almost like that feeling is also magnified. You know? So you'll be sitting and, for instance, if I think about my childhood trauma, I remember I had a feeling here. It's like a rage, anger, but as a child you know what it is. That amplifies in a fear. And just the thought of somebody touching me, or basically just doing this, makes my skin crawl. The only person today that can do this to me is my significant other. My mother could never. And I told my mother, she obviously will now know.
Yes.
But she never knew why she couldn't love me. Nobody, everybody knows this about me. They can't love me or touch me. I never wanted to be touched. I never wanted to be hugged. Even you guys, as kids, you remember hugging me? I don't let people touch me. And I think now, obviously now I'm more open and more huggable.
Yes.
But back then I was just not the person to. Even now I still flinch. It's like it doesn't feel natural. You touch, you know what I mean? So with the PTSD, that all comes into play. The episodes are very scary, nauseating. It feels very spiritual in a negative way. In a negative way, but you feel it's an energy feeling. It's an energy shift in you as well. You are physically your person, your mind.
It's nothing. And in our first video, you said that you broke your spine, you couldn't walk, and you were just in the room and in bed for like months. Like, where are you now?
Girl. I'll be doing that now when we can walk.
Yes. But you're walking and stuff.
I'm walking.
I'm
walking because, well, you see, the thing is, no matter what happens, it is your spirit, the spirit that is in you, your soul is something else. It is the energy that drives your living, your being. You understand what I mean? And when your soul is plugged into the source, which is God, nothing can stop you. I went for a scan for my spine and said nothing changed. Yet I'm walking around.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
So the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that.
Wait, let's hear that again. So your spine, according to the doctors, according to the scans,
it's still the same.
No, obviously the bone heals, but the neurological damage is done.
It's done.
Now, when you have neurological damage, neurocells can't regenerate.
Yes, true.
When the damage is done,
it's done. Yeah.
So the damage is done.
But yet you walk. If that's not God, hey? I don't know.
It's a understand. This is something that He revealed to me, and mind you, this sounds very weird now, but when you say it out loud, but God presented Himself to me physically. And when God presents Himself physically to you as He is, your mind can't comprehend. Because the word magnitude doesn't even
comprehend.
He's big, not humongous. He's everything.
Yeah.
He's infinite. He's the air we breathe now. He's self-ease and He's everything that knows, that loves, that is, that sees, that you see is. And when he presented himself to me, he also presented himself in a way that made me realize that even human attributes that we say he, even if I should call him she or he or we or whatever, it does not.
Yes.
Even the word God, that's why he has so many names.
Yeah.
And even those names will never
Don't justify.
Don't
From speaking to Shannon and from listening to her, and this is one of the biggest reasons why we wanted her on our channel, is because we knew she was going to incorporate God into this, and if we don't incorporate God in any situation, then we might as well not do this. Do you understand? And what I just learned, or what I'm just reminded again from hearing her stories, part 1 and part 2, is if God allows it to happen, there's always a way out. And the way out, like she said, it's always greener. Be it it's assault, it's an accident, it's being molested, it's losing a loved one. Whatever that you might take as sorrow, if He allows it to happen, it is always for a bigger and a better reason. And our human nature in that moment doesn't see it. But once you overcome that situation, you're like, I see why. So thank you so much. Yes, Sandrine, please, what do you want to say?
Can I just say one thing?
Yes, sure.
I know Sandy will relate to this, but everybody that's gone through a trauma will relate to what you just said now. A lot of people will be like, yeah, but why must God allow that to happen? When it's happened and you are on the other side and you are in the greener pastures, you can't explain it to other people, but you know why it happened. Because you wouldn't be able to see what you see now without going through
that. I love it. I love it. Yes, Sandrine.
Guys, I think I could relate a lot with what Shannon said in part 1 and in part 2. Healing is a process, but like the ladies are saying, you have to always look beyond the physical.
Yeah.
If you're always stuck in the physical, and I say this because after I did the video, there's a lot of women who kept wanting to understand how I'm able to even share my story. How do you come to that point?
Yeah.
When you realize that, yes, it is traumatic. When you are sharing, it's not because it's the easiest thing that he's going through.
Yeah.
You have now understood that God has put you in this so that A, B, and C. Do you understand?
Yes.
I had to go through it so that I can sit here and tell somebody else that, listen, I too have gone through what you've been going through. Maybe it's not as bad, but listen, you can overcome. Yeah, Shannon is also sit here to say that, listen, I went through A, B, and C, but look, you can overcome.